Good evening, this is Atmospheric Alex here, and welcome back to another tropical, I guess you can call it a tropical weather outlook and discussion here. And we're going to be talking about our potential nor'easter that we have no idea what it's going to do basically. It can go over here, over here, or over here, and nobody knows what's going to happen. Before we get into our before we get into our nor'easter here, we're going to take a look at Tropical Storm Jerry, as it has really fallen apart today. It did not do what the hurricane models thought it would do last night, and it is battling some extraordinarily unfavorable conditions right now. You see our convection starting to wane a bit and really just not looking too healthy at the moment, and really whether or not this changes is a big question. What I will say is our westward shift has indeed stopped occurring. Bermuda is not going to see impacts from this system, and Mother Nature yet again is trying to make me look like an idiot, or I should say the computer models are trying to make me look like an idiot, probably because of how much I make fun of them as well. So a little bit of a rivalry, I guess you could say. I cannot talk this evening. My goodness, I had to cut all that out. Now here's something a little bit goofy. We have subtropical storm Karen here in your northern Atlantic Ocean. It actually formed last night here. It was fairly weak but very photogenic in nature, and it looks like the manager finally got her, and she is starting to weaken quite rapidly here. As you can see, we got the authorities coming in from the west trying to stop her at the moment. So we're now going to take a look at the National Hurricane Center's cone of uncertainty on Jerry here, and really, again, we're starting to finally see maybe some additional convection begin to form right over the center of circulation, though really I'm not going to say anything about that because, again, what happened yesterday, I'm just going to leave it to do whatever it wants to do, but this is not anticipated to impact anybody, and the National Hurricane Center is right all along, and that is some fantastic news. Now, as we go ahead and take a look at Karen here, yes, there's Ireland and the United Kingdom. This is very far off to the northeast right now. You can see it's itty-bitty little area of spin right within here is Karen, and that is really starting to weaken a lot. So I'm not really caring about Karen anymore, if you will. And now here's a look at our European model for Jerry and Karen here. You can see Jerry rapidly weakening. Karen is off your screen. I'm going to rewind. I get too ahead of myself in these videos. That itty-bitty little thing is Karen right there. So again, just absolutely nothing at this point. And again, both of these systems do die out really quickly. We're going to have to watch. Could be some tropical wave activity in our main development region. That could go quite far south, but I'm going to stop talking because who knows what's going to happen, right? Now, finally, we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of today's video. This is going to be a short one, I could tell already. On our European ensemble, we're looking at our nor'easter here, and there is a ton of uncertainty as to what is going to happen. Just probably, in fact, this is the most amount of uncertainty I think I have ever seen on a model before. This is the newest European ensemble guidance. This is 39 hours out, and look at this. We could have the system all the way over here or all the way down here. We have like a 300-mile spread just over a day from now. Really bad consistency, really bad accuracy here. And we just really have to take everything slowly and cautiously. Again, I've never seen the models this badly inaccurate before and this confused. And just, it's going to be a stormy weekend. That's all we need to know. How about our main European model with the system? You can see a ton of different low pressure areas getting all tangled up inside each other. That's not helping our situation at all. And if you want a closer look here, kind of have an area of lower pressure here, over here, over here, over here, and right here. So we have a lot of competition we need to work with here, and this is going to struggle quite a bit, I think, in development. You can see European model does some weird dances down here near South Carolina, and then another nor'easter forms up here near New England. So there could be two systems according to this model. What does the one up here do? It spins around, causes a tight pressure gradient with strong winds, and then another system forms. This is terrible. I mean, what am I supposed to do about this? One thing we know for sure, thank goodness, is our wave height forecast on our model here, European model. Because we know this because we have Jerry out there. We have another tropical system that once was that's generating a ton of waves, and now we have these upcoming systems with the waves as well. All right, the Outer Banks of North Carolina starting on Sunday morning could be talking about some wave heights between 20 to almost 30 feet. So definitely going to be very high waves out there, tons of beach erosion. Homes will collapse into the ocean this weekend potentially. And again, that is going to be a very serious issue that not many people are talking about. Then this gets up and going here along, say, Delaware, New Jersey, Maryland, New York, like Long Island here, talking upwards of 20 to almost 30-foot wave heights as well. And maybe even some more from Massachusetts. And look at that little surge right within there. But your waves are going to be moving in this general direction, so this isn't much of a concern, but still very high waves in those areas this weekend. So be weather aware for this. This could get kind of crazy. Then looking back down near the Outer Banks, this is lasting until the middle portion of next week. Yeah, this is not a good situation for the OBX region, and people need to stop building homes there. That's what I think, personally. How about our wind gust forecast here on our European model? Should stop saying forecast, it's just kind of a model here. But you could see here along the Outer Banks upwards of 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible this weekend. That is going to be very significant with your waves piling onshore and significant beach erosion taking place. I would argue that your greatest impacts will be in your OBX region out of all areas. Then this is going to continue moving north, and there's going to be these little lobes of energy that kind of sling downwards into the Outer Banks. You could see multiple rounds of upwards of 50-mile-an-hour gusts there. And then upwards here, along your direct immediate coastline, we could be talking about some gusts upwards of 50 miles an hour, but inland impacts are not expected anymore. This is a very limited impact system. Again, unless you're down here in your Outer Banks, very significant winds, very significant waves, very significant rain. You need to be careful down here. Up here, could still talk around 50 to 60 mile an hour gusts, but that is downtrending fast, so really, you need to pay attention to your local forecast because it's going to be a very tricky one to nail down. Even some gusts upwards of almost 70, but not a forecast. I don't expect that to happen in the slightest. And then more wind down here. Yeah, Outer Banks need to be prepared. On your AI model, what are we talking about? Or ensemble, I should say. I have a little bit more confidence here. Spread is not quite as large. We have a system here and the system here, so this is not as much spread 72 hours out, so that's good news. But we are talking about the system not that strong there. And then moving on off to northeast, not much else to say about that. As we take a look at our normal AI model, again, the Outer Banks, the Outer Banks, the Outer Banks. That is what we are watching out for here. And we can't forget about you all down here in South Carolina along the coast. Could be talking about some pretty strong winds, maybe some moderate rain, and very high waves this weekend. So if you're taking a vacation down there in South Carolina, I know someone who is, you need to stay weather aware just in case conditions deteriorate rapidly down there. And then you could see, again, you're going to have a windy weekend for your northeast due to your tight pressure gradient, but it just won't be as significant as we first thought. That is some good news. How about our GFS ensemble here? Well, our GFS is much weaker on our system here, and again, not much to really show there. It's just kind of weak. Our wind gust forecast on our GFS, upwards of 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts in your Outer Banks. Guys, you definitely need to prepare for this, okay? Again, houses are becoming much more unstable in that area, and they have been collapsing like crazy, at least over the past year or so. So you need to be prepared. Up here, again, very strong winds possible, but again, chances of that are going down quite quickly. But check back again tomorrow and the next day, because things could change quickly. Now, for your regular GFS model, geez, look at that rain that makes it onshore. We're talking about pink colors there, so very heavy rainfall rates are going to be possible. Again, flooding flooding, high surf, damaging winds will all be possible here, and even rip currents as well. If you're going out on the beach, I wouldn't recommend it in the slightest. And then this continues up the coast and seems to be a little bit more organized than our other models, but that's just not a forecast at this point in time. Now, I know this is very zoomed out for you all, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom the graphic on in here into our desert southwest region, because Tropical Storm Priscilla, or was Hurricane Priscilla, and Tropical Storm Raymond are going to be providing a ton of moisture across your desert southwest regions. You can see it here. We actually have a marginal risk of severe weather currently out for portions of Nevada here. Las Vegas, actually to the southwest, has been seeing a ton of severe weather today, so that's something to note. As we continue through time here, you can see here Arizona getting dumped with tons and tons of rain, and a risk for severe weather certainly exists across a pretty large area tomorrow. This whole entire region right within here, I'm definitely noticing some strong to severe storms, especially in this part of Arizona down here. You need to stay weather aware just in case things get crazy. But again, some isolated damaging winds, maybe some hail, and I wouldn't even rule out a brief spin-up tornado is possible down there as well, but not a forecast just yet, but just keep it in mind. And continuing through time into Sunday, you could see something as well, but I really think tomorrow is going to be the heart of your severe weather risk. A marginal risk is expected across your area. Could we see a slight? I don't think so at this time, but we'll have to wait and see. And with that being said, thank you so much for tuning into today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to my little corner of the weather community, and share this video with friends and family on social media, and even leave a comment in the section below if you found this video entertaining or informative or truthful. Because the models don't like to be truthful sometimes, right? And I need to do a bit of a better job at analyzing the data and trying to give you all some of the best information, because yesterday was kind of a bit of a train wreck in my opinion. So I hope to never have that happen ever again on this channel. That said, you all have a wonderful night, everyone, and stay weather aware out there, because we could be talking about, again, tons of thunderstorms in your desert southwest, your obvious nor'easter over here, and well, I believe that's about it.